What up, Jag? See if I can turn on some light. Dang, why is this, There we go. A little bit better. Birthday was good, bro. Scoot this back a little bit. Just good family time. Wifey took me out to dinner, as you guys saw. We went out, had some good times. It was pretty low key because in the end, I needed to go pick up my boys, but did some good food time, some good fragrances. I'm gonna try to get my iPad out to play some music, but I gotta be careful because the whole monetization thing. Hola, ¿qué onda, wey? Damien. What are your thoughts on Mont Blanc Legend EDP? For the money, there are so many better fragrances. Mont Blanc Legend EDP, like $30, $40 for 100 ml. It's a very basic smell. There's better Creed Aventus lookalikes. It's a good fragrance. It's not a great fragrance. I give it like a, I mean, honestly, it's not even an average fragrance. It's a 6 out of 10 for me. Scent of the day, Moresque Sirocco. Tuesday will be Paris Corner Rafficat. Wow, that's quite of a variety. I got 3 new fragrances in, as you guys saw. We finally got in Peugeot 1, Lalique White, and Lalique White and Black. Some other new fragrances coming in. I just did a comprehensive review tonight on Yam and Lail. So we did 5 fragrances from Yam and Lail, courtesy of Greenlee. And so that's going to be really good. We got a nice full 5 fragrance discovery set review of Yam and Lail, Bleu de Chanel clone, a Herod clone, a Green Irish Tweed clone, an Elysium clone, and what was the last one? The last one was Chanel Allure Sport inspiration. But really enjoyed that review. So that's like a 20-minute review, but we did 5 fragrances. I thought combined all 5 of those fragrances into one review for anyone who's considering Yam and Lail. You know, we're actually going to be making test strips while I'm answering these questions. Yeah, Fadhil, there's so many better fragrances than Mont Blanc Legend EDP, man. If you think Mont Blanc Legend EDP is good, you need to try this fragrance right here. Same price, much better fragrance. I don't know what the hype is on Mont Blanc Legend. Like, so many people think it's good, but I feel like a lot of people who think Mont Blanc Legend EDP is good are people who thought it was good before the clone era because it was Aventus-y. But now that the clone era is here, Mont Blanc Legend is just buns. Even to me, as good as Dylan Blue and Mont Blanc Legend Spirit is, even those suck in today's market of clones, like pound for pound, dollar for dollar. Like so many better fragrances. What's up, Bob? Bro, I'm thinking about getting Peugeot because I want to buy Eros Energy, but you told me to get it instead. Eros Energy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely. You're actually gonna pay more for Eros Energy and have a more synthetic fragrance. Like, think about thing about Eros Energy is Eros Energy literally smells like the cheapest pineapple ever. Now, it's zingy, it's lemony, it's citric. It's got a very zesty, zingy, like loud projection to it, but it's so fake. It's not photo real pineapple. It's very synthetic pineapple. Smells good, not great. And that's literally all you get is like a pineapple and lemon, really bright, invigorating, fruity blast. That's it, bro. Like, do I want to spend 40 to $80 on that? Like literally, bro, Eros Energy smells like Club de Nuit Intense Man limited edition parfum better. So it smells a tiny bit better than limited edition parfum from Club de Nuit Intense Man, but it is not Aventus. It is not anything like Aventus. And so really it comes down to like, have you smelled Eros Energy? If you did, do you really love it? If so, just buy it. But if you're getting Eros Energy to scratch your Aventus itch, get Pre-Show or Off Not Supremacy Collector's Edition. Get Collector's Edition if you want a more sweet, candied, fresh out of the can pineapple taste, or go for more Ventus Absolute, still candied, but just a little bit more true to the pineapple birch. Go with Pre-Show. Pre-Show is a better fragrance than not only Intense for Man, Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP, Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum, L'Aventure. Pre-Show is better than everything other than Collector's Edition, and it's not better or worse than Collector's Edition. Collector's Edition is just right on par with this, but they go two different ways. One goes oak moss candied pineapple. This one goes more citric projective pineapple in the same way that Eros does, just more natural with this. Rafficat is baby cat. Rafficat Adorn is tuxedo, but woodier. I like that. I like that. You know, honestly, I still get a lot of play with this, to be surprising. You know, like, I still think this is extremely underrated. There's a lot of stuff like Tarathi Brown, even the one you mentioned, that are good, and they might even be like a tiny bit better, but I just get so much great performance out of this, and it's so much more boozy. Super slept on juice, in my opinion. I heard that the best clone for Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce is Legend EDP Mont Blanc Explorer as Aventus. And that's wrong. That's wrong, buddy. Don't listen to them. There's so many like solid Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce clones. Another one is Ed Hardy's Skull and Bones. That one's like spot on too. There's so many Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce DNAs, and they're all like pretty spot on. It's not a hard DNA to clone. And as far as Mont Blanc Legend Explorer, today's world, Mont Blanc Legend Explorer isn't even close to Aventus like the other clones. What's up with the pheromone stuff? Just wondering if you've ever smelled it or reviewed it. Hey, listen, man, that pheromone stuff is all gas. It's all smoke, bro. Don't even listen to it. It's so retarded. It plays on. It's like people who, like imagine Vital Water, right? Like on the outside, Vital Water has electrolytes, has, you know, the zinc and the magnesium and the potassium and all that, electrolytes. But Behind that, they're putting 34 grams of sugar in it. So you're just spiking your glucose way up, and it's pretty much counterproductive to the whole idea of what electrolytes do, which is replenish the body and mineralize the body to be able to perform basic functions. But then you put 34 grams of sugar in it and it dehydrates you and it's a diuretic. So you just piss everything out. It's like that, bro. The pheromone stuff is based on a very small amount of science that's out of context in its application in the fragrance world to suggest that certain things can evoke anything, bro. Seduction, invigoration, all that stuff it's a misuse of science, and nobody trying it makes any claims that it works at all. It's just another dumb reason to sell you a fragrance. I have Fierce and I love the smell, but the performance is terrible. Is there a better alternative? Honestly, bro, Fierce is one of those DNAs where most of the clones I don't think peak over 6 hours of performance. That's just me. Now, granted, with that being said, I can't speak entirely on this topic because um, there are so many Fierce clones that there isn't a general consensus as to what's the best one. However, if you YouTube it, many people will show you a fragrance, tell you it's cloning Fierce, and then claim that it's one of the best that they've smelled. And all of them rank at about a 9 out of 10 or better. So, like I said, the last Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce clone I smelled was Ed Hardy's. It's either called Skull and Roses or Skull and Bones, and that one had 6+ hours of performance, and it was like 15, $20. But I would just do your research, bro. Fitch doesn't strike me as a fragrance as far as the clones are concerned at this point that can really peak 8 hours. I think you just have to wear it on skin, apply lotion or something like that. Make sure you're showered. Put some lotion on so that it doesn't get absorbed, especially if you have darker skin. Like the Fierce DNA on darker skin, light brown and dark, we will absorb the heck out of that fragrance. So it's good to put lotion on and only put it on skin. Don't put it on clothes, and it'll push for a little bit longer. When I smelled Eros Energy, it was like a glass of lemonade almost. Yeah, pretty much. Just more pineapple-y. More fake, more fake pineapple, very synthetic lemonade-y. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Jag, if you've smelled Eros, if you move to Prosciutto, yeah, bro. Yeah. When you smell a fragrance you really love, but you just wish it was more real? That's what happens when you smell Prosciutto. If you tried Eros and then you move to Prosciutto, you're like, wow, this is just like Eros, just more real, more earthy, more real pineapple, more complex. It's done much better. Eros is just meant to be this loud, projective, zesty fruit. And it's a good smell comparatively to everything. But to be quite honest, Eros, EDT, EDP, and Parfum beat out everything. Flame, Energy, Pour Homme, Dylan Blue. Uh, Eros will always be their greatest fragrance to me. I mean, Flame and Energy are cool, but they're really just trying to make money off you guys. Okay. Greenlee, we took care of him at the same time. Joel. Greenlee, Greenlee, I just did the review of Yaman Lail tonight. I did it all in one video, so I consolidated about a 20-minute video reviewing the 5 fragrances. It's in line of a video queue of about 20 videos, so you guys aren't going to see it probably for another week or two. I started dropping 2 videos a day to try and comb through what's up, but I just filmed my video today on it, so I'm going to try to send that back tomorrow or the day after. Got done with my full reviews though. And I put it all into one video because for anybody else who hasn't tried Yaman Lail, I wanted to do a consolidated video of the 5 fragrances I had as a discovery set, so that anyone considering that as a house can look at one video to figure everything out. They don't have to go to 5 different videos to see 5 completely separate reviews. So I thought that would be better. So I did it as a hot take video, but I still did a pretty thorough, in-depth, 3 to 4 minute review on each fragrance. So I'm excited for that to come out because I shot it in my actual studio part. So we shot it right here without all that bull crap in there. But it's a good review, man. Very high quality stuff. What do you think about Victoria's Secret Deep Water? I don't smell female fragrances. Started the day off with Juliet Has a Gun Ex Vet. Nice. Ended with Paris Corner Vibrant Vetiver Delight. Yeah, you gotta love Vibrant Vetiver. If you want Vibrant Vetiver to smell more like Ball de Freak from Byredo, I'm actually gonna try this. You either put Lalique White or Elysium behind it to drop down that earthiness, or to ramp up the earthiness side of it so it's a little less synthetic. Because really, comparatively, Ball de Freak and Vibrant Vetiver Delight are the exact same top and mid DNA. It's just in the base of Byredo, or in the base of Ball de Freak, it goes more earthy green with the Sprite on top. Whereas Vibrant Vetiver Delight is all luxurious Sprite, but it lacks a little bit of soily vetiver under it in the same way that vetiver amber sits under Elysium. So if you want to nail Ball de Freak, or essentially mature the Vibrant Vetiver Delight DNA, Lalique White goes very well under it. Sacrat goes very well under it. But more importantly, Elysium or Fraghead goes real. Like, Fraghead honestly is a sick pairing under Vibrant Vetiver Delight if you want it to be slightly less playful, a little more closer to like an Elysium, where it's like citruses with like nice watery earthiness under it. It does that to that with this. But I like wearing Vibrant Vetiver Delight playfully and seriously. Really love it. Such a good juice. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Greenlee. I'm Sri Lankan, so pretty brown and fierce lasts like an hour on me. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, the Fitch Fierce DNA on brown skin, our skin is like a sponge for fierce. You got to put lotion on. My go-to is Versace Eros or Old School Geo. Hey, I ain't hating on that. If you like Old School Geo, put this in your collection. $20 on Amazon. It's like your Old School Aqua di Gio, but incense and patchouli. Way sexier, but still Aqua di Gio. Add that to your collection, brother. Versace Eros, you don't need to do anything with it. Scent of the day today was Prosciutto. Just got in Prosciutto today. I can't believe, after looking at the presentation for Prosciutto, what I'm realizing is that the extra $10 you pay for this fragrance is all in the packaging. You know, all this extra presentation, the rubber surrounding it, all that bullcrap, the note, the glitter, the freaking jewel on it, all that is taking away from giving you 100 ml. 60 ml of this juice is really stupid. But, you know, mark my words, what they're going to do this year is they're going to release this as a limited edition and make it smoky like Absolute. This is close to Absolute, but it's about 20% off. It's a little sweeter, less woody, less smoky, but they ramped up the fruits on this to feel more like, you know, Eros energy, but it's more earthier than energy. They're going to make a smokier version of this as a limited edition parfum that's going to pretty much be Absolute. And that's what pisses me off about Armov. They essentially tease you with something close enough to be mass appealing, and then just ramp up or down on the earthiness and woodiness to keep selling us a fragrance. It's really, really quite frustrating. But nonetheless, Peugeot is great. Is Hindu Kush from Mansera office safe? What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? If I smell like Hindu Kush, am I going to be safe in the office? That's a troll. That's a troll right there. Okay. But speaking of bud, the best weed-based fragrance or cannabis fragrance in the planet is a fragrance house called Born to Stand Out, and the name of the fragrance is Mary Jane. That is the best cannabis fragrance of all time. Anybody who doesn't like cannabis at all would absolutely love that fragrance. Any other cannabis-based fragrance sucks. Okay. Scent of the day, Club de Nuit Sillage. Nice, nice. Is Hindu Kush, blah, blah, blah. Victoria's Secret. Oh, gotcha. Oh, Olivia, gotcha. Yeah. A Soul. Send it to me. Send it to me. I'll review it and give you credit and send it back. Just like Greenlee did. Rate and rank PDM Altair. Altair, I give an 8 out of 10. Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Mans Elixir, I give a 9. Zara Most Wanted Parfum, I give a 9 as well. Bro, should I buy Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Parfum in 2025? Probably not. You probably shouldn't buy it, but you will anyway. It's what we all do. We all continue to buy into the Club de Nuit hype. Is Lattafa Honor and Glory I see? No, this is not Honor and Glory. I'm actually not a fan of Honor and Glory. It's a little too sweet for my taste. What is it? Tiramisu, something like that. White florals. This is one of my best pickups of 2025, even though we're only 2 months in. And gosh, I need to shave, boys. We're going to shave tomorrow. This, everybody always thinks it's Honor and Glory. This is French Avenue's Glorious Oud Royal Blanc Extrait de Parfum. This is a clone of Initio's Musk Therapy. And this right here, boys, is a whopping 10 out of 10. This right here is a 10 out of 10. I have Musk Therapy right there. And this is spot freaking on with all the performance, all the prestige, and 100 ml to speak on. Now, I paid extra. I paid 40. But in the clone world, I'm paying an extra 10, 20 bucks every single time to get a super sick DNA. Another fragrance that absolutely blew my freaking socks off recently was my birthday scent of the day. Zara Man. This is pound for pound the best Tom Ford Black Orchid clone on the market. I don't care about Black Origami or whatever. I don't care about Oud 24 Hours from Ardal Zafran, if I'm not mistaken. I don't care about Origami, Oud 24 Hours, and there's one more that really comes to my mind, but I forgot. This is Tom Ford Black Orchid. It is insanely good. It has incredible performance. What I like about this more than Tom Ford Black Orchid is I've always felt like Black Orchid was so dense and rich that it's a bit heavy for women when they come into it. It's like a woman who doesn't really prefer black opium. It's a little aggressive in its uniqueness. This is Black Orchid, but the tiniest bit fresher. Just the tiniest, like 5-10%. And because of that, like you get the cacao, you get the patchouli, you get the, that chocolate feel, you get that orchid feel. Oh my gosh, guys, Zara Man 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You will forget the name Black Orchid when you have this. This is Black Orchid. This is what Cassius is to Carlisle and what Afro leather is to African leather. This is even closer to Black Orchid than those are to their originals. This blew me away. Musk Therapy clone blew me away. I paid 40 for each fragrance, and those have now become signatures in my fragrance collection. Okay, let's see if I can get up. Happy birthday, wishing you many more in the future. Peace and love. Hey, Kicks. Bro. Hey man, I got nothing but love for you, Kicks. It's always good to see you, bro. I don't even know why I went live. I think I was about to take a shower in a little bit and I was like, yo, let me holler at my people, man. Because we got a lot of fragrances coming in. I mean, um, fragrances I purchased just last week. I'm not even gonna remember all the fragrances I purchased. In fact, I'm gonna chill. I told you I was gonna go niche, and then I didn't because I went on a crazy spree of fragrances I've been having my eye on. Now we're going pure niche for a couple months. But I got Peugeot, Lalique White and Black, Lalique Ombre Noir, Lalique Linsumi. I got Bulgari Man in Black. I got Bentley Momentum Unlimited. I got Zara Man, Peugeot, French Avenue, Glorious Oud. I'm missing some. And like two other fragrances. I mean, I went absolutely ballistic. I think I bought like 12 fragrances. Okay. Presentation makes the price high. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The entirety of Armoff's upcharge was in the packaging, and the fragrance meets the expectations that we were looking for. However, they skewed the juice down, and instead of giving us 100 ml with a cheaper presentation, they upped the presentation and gave us less juice. Nobody freaking cares about the presentation. When I saw that bottle wrapped in rubber, I got so pissed off. I'm like, okay, you look at this, guys. It looks even bigger on camera. This is literally no bigger than like it's smaller than a wallet. I mean, this is ridiculous. After 1 year, you guys, maybe even less, you're gonna absolutely Usain Bolt through that juice. Mary Jane has been hyped up lately. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though, it's good. It's worth the hype. If you're not crazy about cannabis fragrances, I get it. Me either. But it's a stellar juice, Joel. Scent of the day, 1 million oud layered with side effect. Wow. Put in the chat, guys, what's your favorite Initio? Because I was shockingly surprised what my favorite was. I tried Atomic Rose, Side Effect, um, Oud for Greatness, Musk Therapy, Paragon. There's one more I'm missing. What are your guys' favorite Initio? Don't give me a multiple. Just give me one. What's your favorite? Because for me, when I went to Neiman's last week, it was Musk Therapy. But another one that really impressed me that I did not think in a million years would is Atomic Rose. For some reason, I'm sitting on Amethyst, right? And everybody said Amethyst is close. Bro, it's like the Bentley and Phantom. When Atomic Rose pulls us up to Amethyst, Amethyst is like very dense, multifaceted rose water or rose oil. This is freaking rose jelly, rose jam. It's a good fragrance, but comparatively to actual Atomic Rose, Bentley and Phantom. This on skin is jelly. Sometimes you can perceive it as like a rich old lady. Bro, Atomic Rose on skin makes this look like it's only 6 out of 10 close to Atomic Rose. On paper, they smell like this is like 80% close, but on skin, it's like 60% close to Atomic Rose. Again, the difference between rose oil, dense rose water, and rose jam, which leads to Atomic Rose just feeling way fresher and having a prettier sweet smell to the rose combination. This just feels like, again, almost a raspberry-esque rose jam. So anyways, what I thought to do with this to get it closer to Atomic Rose is to either put Ganymede under it or what was the other white floral? Gosh dang it. Or not oud wood. It slipped my mind, boys. It slipped my mind. You got to put something extremely aromatic and under this to get it to sit right on Atomic Rose. But it's a good fragrance, just, you know, it ain't Atomic Rose. Okay, I know I'm so behind. Let me catch up. Just got a sample of Green Extravaganza. I'm thinking about sampling Percival. Thoughts on Percival? You should try it. If you're just decanting it, absolutely try it. Really niche, lowest rating, interesting. Yeah, scent of the day was Tarathi Blue, my favorite. We love some Tarathi Blue, very nice. What are your next pickups in mind? Well, I just told you guys my pickups. As far as niche fragrances I'm trying to acquire, I'm going to acquire a Mind Games fragrance, and right now it's a toss-up between uh, I think it's either Double Attack and Mentor or Checkmate and Mentor. I forget. I got to go back and smell them. Another pickup for me is going to be probably Chanel Coromandel. What else? Nobody's going to care about this, but I want to go back and get Noir EDP, not Noir Extreme from Tom Ford. I want to get a Serge Lutens. I think it's like an ombre. It's like an amber booze. I want to get that. I want to get 8 and Bob Egypt. Obviously, I have like a 10 ml of it, but I need to ramp up. I think I might. I don't really need to scoop up Blue Noir Parfum because I have a good amount of it, but I think I do need to scoop up some Blue Noir. I want to get Mancera's Amberful, as well as Jardine Exclusive. What else? If Absolute Aventus would come down, I'd want to get that. I really surprisingly like Bond Number 9's Sutton Place. Need to get that in my life. Chanel, either Boy or Les Leones or whatever. One of those two. I forget which one. And then there's a Xerjoff I need to get. I think I need to get Renaissance. It's not a... No, it might be Naxos. I forget. There's a couple that I have my mind on. I don't have Side Effect because I tried it at Neiman's and I wasn't a fan. I'm going to be honest with you. Speaking of which, you know, Amethyst has a Side Effect-ness to it. You know, it looks just like the bottle. Side Effect feels like this purple, boozy, berry sophistication. It's a really good scent. It's seductive. It kind of unravels itself to you. Like you smell a little bit of sweetness, right? And then all of a sudden it just bursts. It's like a smoke trail that just like hugs your whole body. It's very seductive. But the kind of berry-esque, boozy, purple vibes I didn't really gel with. Like I actually liked the freshness in Atomic Rose better. Um, I Side Effect didn't gel well with me because it felt too young. That's the word. It's highly seductive. It's very sophisticating. It's alluring. It checks all those boxes. The performance is amazing, but as I wore it on my skin, and I say this, and Kix just said that he layered it earlier. So everybody's different, right? But like for me, it smelled like reminiscent of stuff that I used to mess with when I was in college. And I think just those types of accords just like divorced me from the idea of wearing it. I did try it on skin. I gave it a full wearing, but Atomic Rose was prettier to me. Oud for Greatness was a better scent to me. Musk Therapy was just drawing me in like crazy. Paragon was meh. Um, but yeah, I just think Side Effect, for me and my taste, Side Effect feels like something a rich kid in his 20s would wear to pull chicks. Now, granted, Kick said he layered it, so I'm really interested to see what he layered it with, because like when I smell it, I want to layer like something really brash with it, like leather, or I don't think incense would do it. I would want to cut through the seductive boozy sweetness with something either super fresh or super like distinct, like leather, maybe an aquatic feel, something more earthy. Like I'd even be interested to see like something vetiver heavy under it or something, just to like extract out some of that sweetness and put some muscle under it. I don't know. Okay. Just bought a couple days ago back. Is Initio Side Effect worth it? I would say, again, there's people in here who would wildly disagree with me. But if you're asking the scent bubble, if Side Effect is worth it, if money is not an issue to you and you're in your 20s, Side Effect is going to be your favorite signature fragrance. You're going to pull a ton of chicks with it. There are really good Side Effect clones that at least get about 90% of the way there. And you can layer certain designer fragrances to make it feel realer that are only like under 30 bucks. So one of them being, I think, After Effect from Maison, stuff like that. But yeah, if you do have enough money and it's no object for you, you will love Side Effect, but you're going to pay a nice price for it. Yeah, 55 ml was absolutely criminal. Yeah, Fragrance World After Effect. There you go. Very, very good clone of Side Effect. Thank you for the birthday, Addie. Psychedelic Love is crazy. I did try Psychedelic Love. I did like that. I did like that a lot. But again, Musk Therapy with its freshness and its muskiness, it just had a DNA that I needed in my collection that I didn't already have. Psychedelic Love, I feel like I have stuff close enough to it to wait on it. Ordered for spring. Tres Nuit. Greenlee, I'm surprised. Why do you order Tres Nuit when you have your Green Irish Tweed clone? I'm interested. It smells nothing like your clone, but your clone smells closer to Green Irish Tweed than Tres Nuit. Tres Nuit is still a good fragrance, but it's more lemon. I'm interested why you picked that up. Massage, infused, Equus. Equus. Are you just spelling Equus weird? Like, are you saying you're getting Lalique Equus, and it just spelled it weird? Let me know. Otherwise, the way you spelled that makes it seem like it's a whole nother fragrance I don't know about. Celestial's dope. Oh, and Liam Gray. Okay, beautiful. You're gonna need some Tom Ford Oud Wood, which, judging by your collection, I think you have it. Throw Oud Wood under it to soften it up, because that thing is a sweet bomb. Les Sables Roses by LV is the best rose fragrance. Really? When people name the best rose fragrance, you can't always trust them, because rose is so complex that we all love rose for different reasons, right? Like, some people love rose water. Some people love jammy rose. Some people love powdery rose. Some people like super unique rose, like Portrait of a Lady. Some people like rose mixed with stuff like rose tobacco and all that stuff. Like, what you like about rose must be made known before you make a recommendation, because otherwise people will grab a rose fragrance thinking they like the same accord style of rose. It's like oud. Like, if you say such and such is the best oud fragrance, well, it really depends who's saying that. You know, a Middle Eastern guy, a white guy, a 20-year-old guy, a 30-year-old guy. What is it? Fresh oud, musty oud? Like, you know, there's so many different accords to it that you almost have to break that down a little bit. Summer is approaching. Any recommendations? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. With my new haul coming in, I might be making some brand new recommendations for summer, but at the moment, I don't have any. How close is Mahir Legacy to Sedley? I would call it a true 90 to 95%. Where Sedley is different from Mahir Legacy Silver is it's very much okay. So here's how to look at this. So in the same way that Club de Nuit Sillage is a more synthetic version of Silver Mountain Water, like it's more metallic. It's kind of black, inky, silver metallic, citrus, like overly done synthetic, comparatively to Silver Mountain Water, which feels a lot more earthy, and you could smell the air and you could smell the metal and you could smell the earth with the real thing. But people still love Sillage because it's those synthetics that allow it to perform way better than Silver Mountain Water. In the same way, Mahir Legacy Silver smells close enough to Sedley where the only difference between the two is Sedley has a little bit more air and earth to it. But essentially they're both a lime mojito. Um, you know, I always compare it to like rainwater falling on a mojito, alcoholic mojito, and that mojito spilling over onto a sheet of metal. That's what Silver Mountain Water smells like. It's lime, it's silver, it's watery, and it's limey, and it's metallic. Mahir Legacy Silver checks all that criteria. It's just a little bit more synthetic, but it adds to the performance. But I honestly think Mahir Legacy Silver is like, you just have to have it. I mean, it does the same thing that like Iconic does to Bleu de Chanel, where Bleu de Chanel smells more earthy, more fresh, but they nail enough of the EDP in Iconic that it outperforms the original. So what you lose in originality, you get back in performance. So it's a trade-off. But I absolutely think that for the money, Sedley is absolutely on par, 90% minimum to Sedley. And the 10% it's off is just in the fact that there's more synthetics used to it, but you get performance for that quality snap off. But I think it's totally worth the money. Bro, okay, I need to scroll down because I think Kix just gave me a dono. Oh my gosh, I gotta fly through this. Kix, I see it. I want to give you shouts out and appreciations. Just give me a second, bro. I don't want to leave anybody hanging. Scent of the day, Equus. Yeah, beautiful. I know people hate that I say Ecus, guys. Listen, deal with it, man. If you want me to start saying Equus moving forward, I will. How about Stronger With You Intensely? A lot of people come through here talking about Stronger With You Intensely. You know, it doesn't matter. EDT, EDP, Stronger With You Intensely, they're all good. One's a little bit more fresher, more versatile, so because it's lighter. One's a little bit more gourmand leaning, more seductive, sensual date night. Get Intensely if you want more seduction, more date night specific. Get Stronger With You standard. If you want something a little bit more versatile to be able to wear not just in dates, but out and about in cold weather. Okay. Um, Difference between Elixir and Le Parfum. Elixir's better. Tobacco, honey. My Equus is coming soon. Scent Bubble always hyping up, so I'm excited. Okay, listen. When you get Equus, bro, spray it in the air and douse the air with it, because you need the air. You need a scent bubble with that fragrance, because when you first put it on, you're going to feel like it's so light and masked, but put it in the air and let it fall on you so you can smell. You're going to get a nice warm burst of amber. You're going to get a very complex vetiver, and you're going to get like a beautiful, rich, almost like you know when you make a wine reduction sauce in a pan? So like say the wine reduction was like a pineapple wine reduction that you're going to put on some chicken. Nobody does that, but just imagine you do. As that pineapple's cooking and it's making a jam, and you're putting some alcohol on it, and the alcohol's reducing, the wine's reducing into it, right? It's absorbing all that flavor, it's warming up. You get that hot pineapple feel, right? With Equus, it's like they took a beautiful like bergamot citrus, threw it on a pan, put some alcohol in it, reduced it into like a nice glaze for chicken, right? And that's what you get in Equus. You get this like wine reduction of a citrus up top, super warm, fiery amber, and like just complex vetiver. It's actually a very simple fragrance, but you get masculinity, you get uniqueness, you get complexity, and spray it in the air so that you can see the fragrance unfold on your nose. Because if you just go skin and put it up to your nose, it'll smell quite simple. And really ramp up the sprays. Like the first time you get it, hit yourself with like 8 sprays, bro, and really just enjoy what it is. That way, each time you spray it, you're open to its complexity. Because if you just smell it real standard, you're not going to appreciate it. So definitely waft yourself out when you first get it. You're going to love it. Why is Encre Indigo so expensive? Yeah, it's like 60 bucks. I'm ordering the line, but that one is 90 plus. Oh, no, SoCal. Nah, SoCal. So see, I just picked I picked up the whole Lalique line minus Indigo. Don't ask me why, but Indigo, I'll eventually get it later. I'm not interested in it right now, even though many people, it's the top 2 best Lalique fragrance. Um, uh, FragranceBuy.ca has Indigo right now for 50 or 60 bucks. It's definitely not 90. I think it's actually 50 on Fragrance by CA. So definitely get that. It's not gonna be 90 plus, trust me. Okay, only have my eye on 2 more and I'm gonna be done for a while. Oh dude, you're gonna love Fraghead's Asylum Green. Trust me. Trust me, bro. But then you have Yaman Lail. Yaman Lail's Elysium clone was fire, bro. It's very close to that. Yaman Lail's feels a little bit more wet, but yeah, they're very close. If you liked your Yaman Lail, you'll love this one. It's not better or worse. They're like neck and neck. Most forgotten, slept on Jean Paul Gaultier. Lamal Elixir, bro. Straight up. Actually, the most slept on one is the one with Popeye from the cartoon show on it. I forget what that's called. It's like Popeye Special Edition or something like that. Get that one. I'll be grabbing Cough myself. Oh, the other one I got was Teriyaki Intense. That's what I got. It's always good to see Greenlee, SoCal, Joel. Beautiful. Anyone try Amouage Jubilation? I did. It didn't move me. It didn't move me in a sense where I felt like it was worth picking up. But that one, Interlude, the one that starts with a Jubilee. Amouage is a very interesting house. I appreciate what they do with their perfumery, but I just haven't found an Amouage fragrance that fits me yet. It's too, the complexities that they have fall under DNAs that don't move me. Do you have a decant site? If so, what's the name of it? Starting next month, I'm gonna open my members program on the YouTube, which is where I'll show my Fragrantica link of my entire collection, and you guys can order decants off me and only pay shipping. You don't even have to pay for the decant. As long as you're willing to pay shipping, I'll ship out stuff if you're a member of the channel. So that'll be really cool. But if you just want a generic decant site, go to scentdecant.com. What I love about them is even if you get a 1 or 2 ml, you get an atomizer on it, so you can actually wear the fragrance for a day or two. A lot of fragrance sites, once you go under 3 ml, they don't come with atomizers, or you pay extra for them. Scent Decant, you'll always get a 15 to 30% discount off of your entire cart. So if you're getting a decant that's like $8, it'll go down to 6 for every fragrance. So you'll get the 15 to 30% discount. You only have to get 1 or 2 ml on every fragrance because it comes with an atomizer, so you'll get a full wearing experience. So you don't have to go 3 or 5 or 10 ml on the juice, which means you can buy more decants and try more fragrances. And their shipping is great too. Very good turnaround. Gosh, I'm trying to get to Kicks. 1 million oud. Okay, perfect, Kicks. Oh, I'm going to have to look into that one. Show us the room. Akash, I'm not going to show the room today because I did a lot of filming in here. I unboxed a ton of fragrances and it is just messy. I was here a week ago and I brought up the replica line and I thought I would like the line. I tried it. It sucks. By the Fire smells like burnt wood and fake marshmallow. Jazz Club stinks. I'm going to be honest with you, Blake. I feel the exact same way. I feel like Replica took a lot of concepts from Bath and Body Works and tried to call them fragrances, and they just feel like glorified body mists. They feel like stuff exactly that you would get. And again, I tried the top 10 most worn fragrances from the collection. Let me find it. You know, I had this, guys. So I tried the top 10 fragrances, including, you know, Jazz Club and By the Fireplace, Bubble Bath, Under the Lemon Tree, Sailing Day, Autumn Vibes, When the Rain Stops, Beach Walks, On a Date, Woodstock, or whatever. I tried this, and not one fragrance moved me. Several fragrances smelled good, nothing smelled great, and nothing smelled worth $80 to $100. In fact, Jazz Club, Woodstock, and By the Fireplace already have incredible $30 and less clones, so you don't even need to get Replica. Replica, to me, is a knockoff Bath and Body Works that smells slightly elevated forms of the body sprays that they sell at Bath and Body Works. A lot of those concepts are familiar, and they basically con you into spending $80 to $100 on basically fragrance water. I was not impressed with anything. I was shocked how much stuff just smelled like body mist and lacked performance. There's just nothing about those fragrances that feel cologne-y. They all feel like, again, glorified body mists, like really high quality body mists. Like I said, good smells, nothing great. Nothing worth $80 to $100, nothing even worth $50. Now, if you like Jazz Club, you can just get Liam Gray. Liam Gray is Jazz Club completely. And in fact, I would argue it's slightly better than Jazz Club. By the Fireplace has like 2 or 3 clones. They're all phenomenal. Woodstock has a clone. It's phenomenal. Replica is an excuse of a fragrance house, and that's my truth. Gent Sense. Okay, I finally got to Kicks. Listen, man. Kicks, if you're still in here, bro, thank you so much for the $20 dono. Not just thank you for that. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for going live. It's great dead time for me while I'm at work just to tune in, hear you talking about fragrances. You're funny. You're cool. You sent me those fragrances off the bat. You've been nothing short of respectable, dope, and you're cool as hell, bro. Appreciate the dono. That's mad love. I hope to be able to return the favor and bring value to you, bro, because you definitely been holding it down, man. Everybody, shout outs to Kicks Griffey in the chat. Dude's a real one. He doesn't post as much video content from what I see. Maybe that's just my YouTube algorithm tripping, but he certainly goes live what seems like either every day, every other day, or at least a couple times a week. And anytime I see him live, I always kick it with him. He's got a cool little community, and he's a very cool dude, and definitely the highest dono on the stream so far. So I appreciate you sending me that for my birthday, bro. Really appreciate that. I thought about getting Mahir Legacy Silver, but I feel like it would be redundant since I have Maj Moscow Mule. No. Moscow Mule is Ginger Dash or whatever, and it is really good. Oh my gosh, that fragrance is awesome, actually. But Mahir Legacy Silver, bro. It is redundant if you don't have a lot of fragrances and you feel like you've scratched that metallic citrus thing, right? But comparatively, side by side, this is limier. This is less ice watery, more green. This is even more metallic to me. Moscow Mule feels very gingery and ice watery and like, I don't know if aldehydic's the word. They're close brothers, but this is a different fragrance than it. Let me stress that. And for the price, oh man, everybody I've shown Mahir Legacy Silver absolutely loves it. Now, to people who have big collections and all that, maybe it doesn't blow their socks off, but if you like Sedley, you will love this, and you will absolutely love the performance, and it will add something to your collection that I think is necessary if you have a high heat environment where you live, just needing a nice fragrance that'll go to war with you out in the sun. Very invigorating and nice. Okay, final answer, rate all of the Bleu de Chanel's and Sauvages. And I don't want to do that. Get Bleu de Chanel Parfum if you want the better smeller. Get the EDP if you want more performance, even though you're not going to get that much performance anyway. Dior Sauvage Elixir, get it and call it a day. Waz Closet Clone. What's the closest clone for PDM Wajan? It's either Fragrance World or Paris Corner, but I think it's Fragrance World Legion. Either Fragrance World Legion or Paris Corner Legion. And in fact, I'm pissed I didn't get that clone because I just forgot about it in my wave of fragrance purchasing. Matter of fact, I might use Kix's Dono to get Wajan, or to get Legion, which is Wajan. Mercedes-Benz and YSL Cedarwood, I need to try new ones. I don't know what you mean, Julio. Say that again. Anyone have Spectre Wraith? Spectre Wraith is cool, but it's not going to blow your socks off. But it is a solid fragrance. I don't see a lot of people talking about Lalique as a brand. Why is that? Because we're in the clone era, you know? Lalique is not a fragrance you're going to see at your stores. You know, when you go to Sephora or Ulta Beauty, it is a designer fragrance, but it is not in your local store. So no one really knows about it unless they heard somebody talk about it online. And to be quite honest, another reason people don't talk about Lalique is because Ancre Noir has the biggest name. And if anybody starts with Lalique fragrances by trying out Ancre Noir, they're going to hate the entire line. Ancre Noir is too mature of a scent and too odd of a scent to intro to a house. Like, imagine you showed me this brand new house or something, and it smelled like Mahir Legacy Black, which is basically like Nag Champa, dark, incense, rich, wood, fiery. Like, that's not like a commercial type of DNA. You wouldn't intro somebody to a fragrance like this. So I think it's the same way. Everybody who's even been mildly curious about Lalique has been told to get Encre Noir in fewer more words. They try Encre Noir. They smell like they went to a funeral and died there, and then they're deathly afraid to try anything else from the entire line when those are the final boss fragrances. You know what I'm saying? Encre Noir, Sport, and A l'Extrême, those are big boy, super mature, older man fragrances. And only people with a trained nose can really appreciate those. And even then, people don't like them. Things like Equus, Linsumi, Indigo, you know, like if people want to intro to Lalique, this is the first fragrance you should buy. Right here. And yes, I have a SB on it for Descent Bubble. Okay? You're new to Lalique and you want one fragrance from Lalique that will perk you up like a chicken and make you be like, okay, I'm buying the entire line. Get Lalique White and Black. Why? This smells to me exactly like Layton, but better. This is Layton, but less cherry chapstick, more fresh. There's more sophistication in this. This smells to me better than Layton, but it will immediately make you scream Layton when you put it on. This is Layton, but it's Layton dialed back in sweetness to be dialed up in sophistication. This is excellent perfumery. I would put this fragrance out as my starter to somebody who's never been in this line. From this, they will be highly encouraged to buy the entire line. Now, for guys like me, would I start with this fragrance personally? No, because this is the most commercial. But nobody knows about this fragrance. Nobody gets the attention towards this fragrance. But if you go on YouTube and you do a simple search of Lalique White and Black, you will see 20 videos that all say, the best Layton clone since sliced bread. This takes a crap on Detour Noir, to me. This takes a crap on Detour Noir, to me. Yo, what are we talking about, bro? I personally hate Layton. And I know people are going to sign off my live because I said it. But I don't like the fact that it is ramped up in such a way on the sweetness to where you get a cherry chapstick accord. And it's the same reason why I don't, as a 36-year-old man, I don't grab Instant Crush. Layton and Instant Crush, if you're in your 20s, are chick magnets. You put it on, it's like Side Effect. You put them on, chicks will pull towards you with a gravitational pull. It'll look like you have a magnet right here. You're just pulling chicks to you, right? Layton, Instant Crush, Side Effects, stuff like that. Chick magnets for younger guys. But as I get older, I want to lead with sophistication, tickle with sweet. I don't want to lead with sweet and tickle with sophistication. Now, that doesn't always apply, guys. It does not always apply. You know what I'm saying? Like a fragrance like Tuxedo leads with sweet and follows up with sophistication. Dior Homme Intense leads with sweet, dials up with sophistication. But the lead note is not sugar. Like what's leading in Dior is floral. It just happens to be sweet. So it has a texture to it. Anyway, I say all that to say this. Obviously, the Layton clone is the best starter for anyone new to this fragrance because everybody loves Layton, everybody loves Instant Crush, and this smells like Layton dialed back on the cherry chapstick, ramped up on the sophistication, but like literally 90% of the DNA of Layton, just fresher, more photo real to my nose, less sugary, even though it has plenty of sweetness. This is amazing, guys. Okay, I'm probably missing a lot of chat. Let me fly through here. North Stag. I'm gonna be honest, bro. To me, Jazz Club is Liam Gray, 1-to-1. But if North Stag is good as well, believe Joel. I trust his nose. I'd like to try a decan of Falcon leather. You should try African leather, bro. You'll love it. Yaman Lale Hitman is $85 per 100 ml. Trey Nui is $20. Yeah. 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 Trey Nui did that DNA less earthy and ramp up on lemon, but it's still nice. But what you're going to find with a lot of the Green Irish Tweed clones is they lack the rich dimension of green earth that Green Irish Tweed has. They get the citrus, they get the green, but they lack the earthy realness. So that's what you'll find with Trey Nui. It's a great fragrance. It's in the realm of Green Irish Tweed. It's close, maybe 80%, but it lacks real dimensional earthiness. But you know, we've got a Trey Nui around here. It's a great fragrance, but you know, for $20, you really can't beat it, right? Paris Corner Tawak is an awesome Matière Premier Falcon leather clone. Okay. I've actually never heard of any of these. I'm going to check them out for show. Julio, definitely trust the people in my chat. Good peoples. Just enjoy this wonderful fragrance journey. I got to bounce. Holler at you soon. Kicks. I'm sure you're out of here already, dude, but legendary, man. I'm going to go in your live tomorrow and personally thank you. That was incredible, bro. Seriously. Thank you. Have you reviewed the Paris Corner Shooting Zephyr? Please share your feedback. I have not reviewed that fragrance yet, but if enough people request it, I absolutely will. Thank you, Joel, for regulating. I like Mahir Legacy. I think it smells great. Fresh Citrus Aquatic is my jam all day, every day. Absolutely, Henry. Ian is the best. Legacy smells good, but it was so underwhelming when I got it. You know, I can see that. Haven't smelled Coach Platinum, but I think it's the same as Jean Varvatos Platinum. You know, Coach fragrances are cool, but almost all of them lack performance. And the ones that don't lack performance are too synthetic. Coach for men, just regular, is the best Coach to me. They kind of, you know, it's like for me, Spice Bomb Extreme is the best Spice Bomb. When they started going to leather and night vision and infrared was cool, but nothing beats Spice Bomb Extreme out of the Spice Bomb line, in my opinion. Same thing for Coach. Coach Original is the best. One last question. As a fellow perfume collector, I find it very hard to throw away my perfume boxes. Some of them are artworks. What do you do? Well, I throw all of them away, but I'm a hypocrite this week because of this. Okay? So I feel you. This week, I'm a hypocrite. I didn't throw anything away. And the reason why is because I send my subscribers fragrances all the time. Like, I'm sending Atlas out tomorrow. I'm sending Tom Yaman Lale back to Greenlee. I'm sending a couple other decants out to viewers, you know, so I need the boxes. I keep most of the boxes of the good frags. My most beautiful ones I keep on my bookshelf as art. I feel that. So happy to hear. Feels good to know I'm not crazy for doing that. Agree, too much cost. I ordered Rokus Mustache today instead of the other Tuxedo clones. Well, Rokus Mustache is the most talked about clone out there. It's been around forever. I'm going to remind you to check that out. Bulgari Man in Black clone, Bulgari Man Intense by Frag World. Okay. Well, I have 100 ml of Bulgari Man in Black coming in like a day or two. So, and I didn't spend too much money for it. I think I spent maybe 60 or 70 for it. So, and it's incredible performer. So I'll probably review that fragrance much later since I have the real thing. But I'll screenshot this, Omar. Thank you. I'm looking at Suits because I want the ambergris note. I don't like Suits. Suits is hit or miss. Half the people hate it, half the people love it. I got L'Aventure and later on was like, I miss the Ambroxan smell. I can understand that. Ah, nice. Let us know if you like it when you get it. Okay. Yeah, Rafficat Adorn. Yeah, listen to Joel. Simple Green SoCal, just wanted to say hi while I'm at work. Exile. I think Exile was the first person to ever dono to my lives. So thank you so much, brother. Really appreciate you. I blind bought Opulence Leather and hated it the first time. Now it's just so addictive. Same with Phaton. Phaton is nice. First sniff was confusing. Now it's part of my life. Dude, it'd be like that sometimes, bro. Sometimes it's maceration. Sometimes it's what time of year it is. Sometimes you might be bored of everything. You just want something different. You like, for me, that's La Ligue White. Like, I don't care. Like, La Ligue White is on most people's bottom tier list of La Ligue fragrances. When people give a top 10 list of La Ligue White's normally number 8, 9, or 10. For me, when you talk about Versace Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Dylan Blue, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, Banana Republic 90 Pure White, Calvin Klein Defy, Calvin Klein CK1, CK All, CKB, Coach Open Road. When you talk about any of these linen / white floral / clean / out of the shower powder fragrances, all of them fall to this. This is like, I mean, gosh, bro, when it comes to it's crazy. It has elements of it's the smoothest pepper spices spritzed on top of clean bar soap with a slight citrus, a slight floral, but the way it's all woven together, like the smoothest peppery spices, tamarind, pepper on pure bar soap. So you get the linen, but you get the bar soap, but you get the smooth pepper, but you get the citrus. It almost has like a slight orange element to it. Like fresh linen, soapy, clean, hyper masculine though. Like this is taking a crap on so many fragrance. Like every fragrance I just named, it outclasses. The only thing it falls short in is performance. You might only get 3-4 hours, but for a $20 fragrance, like bro, hit yourself 15 times with this. You are gonna smell like if there was a bar soap for the shower, this would be the best bar soap you would ever put on and come out just smelling clean. It has a complexity to it though. When you normally smell linen or white florals or soap or spices as a clean, gentlemanly fragrance, it either smells old school fougere, or it lacks complexity, or it has no edginess to it. This literally checks every freaking box. Super fresh, clean. Check. Slight floral sweetness. Check. Masculine, spicy edginess to it, but super smooth. Oh. Check. Little bit of citrus. Check. Spices medley for a little bit of that fougere feel, but it doesn't even go fougere. It goes modern clean. Like, bro. Oh my gosh, why do people put this in their top 10? I'm remaking a new La Ligue top 10 list. Everybody's got it all wrong, guys. Everyone's got it all wrong. Okay. I had Tarothi Brown in the past, but I sold it. Okay. I'm flying down chat, guys. I'm flying 100 miles an hour. Oh, I made it to the bottom. It's always a big deal when Scent Bubble gets to the bottom of the chat, guys. Very true. I'm open to sweet. Guess it all just depends on the right notes. Ground it well, though. I'm going to get this La Ligue. Will be my first from the house. No. Listen. Listen, Manav. Hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses, bro. listen. I hope you were listening to how I described this fragrance. I hope you were listening to how I described this fragrance, because this is not the best first fragrance to get from Lalique. It is not. To me, I absolutely love it. But if you want me to recommend a fragrance to you that will be love at first sniff, that will get you addicted to Lalique fragrances, I don't know. This is daring. Again, in the realm of clean linen, masculine, slight fougere, but more super modern, light floral, spices and stuff for edginess, just really complicated, complex, fresh, signature fresh scent. Yes, this is amazing. It'll lack in a little bit of performance. You might only get 3-4 hours, but ramp up the sprays and you will smell like one of the coolest fresh dudes out there. However, there are incredible fragrances from Lalique. If you want to smell like Leighton, but fresher and better, to me, this is an incredible, good, sweet, lightly fresh fragrance. Smells just like Leighton if you've ever smelled Leighton. What are my other ones? They're all coming in the mail. Oh, Lalique Ecousse. Incredible. This one, incredible. Like, bro. Man. If you want the best fresh fragrance, get Lalique White. If you want the best cold weather fragrance, get Lalique White and Black. If you want the best all around, any season, any reason, vetiver amber citrus fragrance, modern, get Equus. If you want the best office fragrance, get Linsumi. If you want the best whiskey, bourbony, like leathery winter goodness, get Ombre Noir. Anyway, I went on my rant. I don't care. I support Lalique. I like every Lalique fragrance. But, bro, I could say so much about Lalique. Honestly, we're going to have to turn it into part 1, 2, 3, and 4 for Lalique, because there's so many different aspects to Lalique fragrances that I want to talk about. I want to talk about just the versatility, the complexity, the use case, the layerability of Lalique fragrances. Like, bro, this right here is slowly becoming the best layering fragrance of all time. Let's not talk about the fact that it smells exactly like Chanel Sycamore, but better because it's got resin in it. You can put this under any fruity fragrance and turn it into either a Ventus or a much more masculine fragrance. It is resins, woods, and smoke. So you put it under Eros Energy, it becomes a Ventus Absolute. You put it under Club de Nuit, it becomes a Ventus Absolute. Like, it's just crazy. You wear it by itself, it's Sycamore, but better. You want to put it under Cherry and get a cherry wood. You want to put it under freaking booze and take a boozy fragrance like Angel Share and give it some nuts to actually feel truly masculine with like a woody oak barrel vibe. Throw it under some Angel Share, or throw it under some freaking Fire Your Desire. Like, there's so much use case with this juice. It's insane. Encre Noir à l'extrême. Incredible. Yeah, dude, listen. I'm going to tell you like this, Manav. Do this. Go Lalique Equus, Equus. Go Lalique Equus first. Then go Lalique White and Black. This bottle. Ignore this. I drew that on there. This one, get that one second. And then get, gosh, this is so good. And then either get this third or get Lalique Indigo. Go in that order. I'm going to go hard for Lalique this year. I'm going to see if they can sponsor me and send me the whole line. And then give away the whole line to all my subscribers. Encre Noir Sport is... Gosh, guys. See, I'm like the plug for Lalique because... SoCal, I can't in good conscience recommend Sport. Listen, man, I have it. Okay? This is an incredible layering fragrance. It is not what you want on its own. It's too bitter. I know you see aquatic notes and grapefruit and vetiver on there and you immediately think things like Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Nope, that's not what this is. This is Dior Eau Sauvage, but bitter. It's really not that incredible of a fragrance by itself, but it's a great layering tool for things that need earthy greenness under them. Great layering fragrance, not the best fragrance to wear solo because it feels too old manish. But I have a special love for Lalique and how they put it together. But no, off of SoCal, off of Equus, bro, listen to me. You should go in the same order. Equus, then go white and black, then go indigo, then spin the block and go Lalique white, and then go Lalique Ombre Noir, or Linsumi, and then Ombre Noir. I'm going to make a top 10 list in order so you can just follow it. But the next fragrance for you off of Equus needs to either be the Leighton rendition, because it's Leighton but better. A lot of wear on this. Winter, it shines, but it's so fresh. You can go any season, any reason. Beautiful, sweet fragrance. Beautiful, sweet fragrance, bro. Very complex, very nice. Your next fragrance needs to be Lalique White and Black, or Linsumi, or Indigo. Yeah, I mean, bro, listen. Playing with the Encre Noir Trinity, Encre Noir Sport, and A l'Extrême, well, actually, I take that back, SoCal, because what I remember about you is you did like, if I remember correctly, you did love Bentley for Men Absolute. Am I mistaken on that? You did love Bentley for Men Absolute. So if you liked Bentley for Men Absolute, I think you told me you wear that year round or something. If I'm right about that, you will absolutely love A l'Extrême. It is woods in a bottle, but a whole different side of the coin. So whereas, yeah, okay. Yeah, A l'Extrême is a great second for you. Yeah, this beats out your Bentley Absolute Juice. You might rock this year round because it's picture you're at a fire pit, you know, in your backyard, and you've just been burning like, you know, some really high quality wood. Pause. And after the wood fire has gone out and it's just like red embers, you know, you smell kind of like that resinous like cedar, and you smell, you know, kind of hot. This sounds crazy. Hot wood. It smells how the juice looks, okay? Picture that being wood. It's resinous, It's super warm. It's got this dry, fresh green wood aspect to it. I mean, dude, it smells exactly like sycamore, but better with resins. It's an incredible layering fragrance, and it's an incredible, purely woody fragrance. Oh, I gotta take a shower, guys. I actually don't have Absolute. I only have Black Edition. Okay. Okay. Yeah, then you strap up. You're in for a ride, buddy. Because Bentley Black Edition is nothing like Bentley Absolute. Nothing like Bentley Absolute. Bentley Absolute is wood. Dark wood, incense, extremely dry. A l'extreme is like a cedar wood deck in your backyard that you freshly buffed, that you walk out to, and then you poured like a resin lacquer over it to finish it. So it's slight smoky, but it's mostly like a cedar dry wood that's just been buffed all day with like a warm ambery resin coating it. Hey, listen, yeah, I post. Go buy this, buddy. Ignore this. I drew this on the bottom because this fragrance came with a white chalk pencil so you could draw all over it because it's like chalkboard. Ignore the bottom. Lalique white and black. Go buy this. It's only like 20 or $30. 100 ml of juice. You will be the best smelling kid in school and you will pull 20 chicks in the first week. In the first week, you'll pull 20 chicks off this fragrance right here. Listen to me. Lalique white and black. Trust me, man. You want to be the best kid in high school? You want to get the most chicks? And you want a fragrance no dude will ever smell like? You will never in your entire life in high school find a kid that has this bottle. And you will not find a kid who has this DNA as a fragrance. And every chick that smells you, bro, is going to be like, oh, 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 it's cold. Come, it's cold. Let me get close. It's cold. You know, you could be in Arizona where I live. And she's going to be like, it's so cold. Get over here. Trust me. You wear a coat and you unzip that coat, you can hide 2 chicks in each compartment inside the coat. Just trust me, dude. Just don't go get Gucci. Don't go get Marc Jacobs. Don't go buy YSLY. Don't go get Versace Eros and Flame and Energy. Don't go get Dylan Blue. Don't go get all the typical stuff. Sauvage. Don't go get freaking Blue Chanel. Go get this. If you want women, if you want girls to only think about you and no other man in school, get this. If I had this in high school, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I almost feel bad spraying per show on a test strip because they only gave me 55 ml. No, you don't tell the girls you're wearing Ardal Zafran. No, you don't tell the girls you're wearing Ardal Zafran. You cannot do that. You must not break the code. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they did that. They did that. With most of the around. Well, Manav, how much is this fragrance? How much is this fragrance in India? And I'll tell you if it's overpriced. I'll convert the dollar for you. I like pre-show a lot. However, okay, so here's the scoop on this, right? It's Aventus Absolute without the smoky birch undertone to it. So they copied a Absolute 80%. And then when they got to the 80%, what they should have did was doubled down on the smoke and the birch to have this really, really woody base, to have that very masculine balls, right? But instead, once they got to 80%, they were like, let's add more pineapple. That's what this is. So I'm a little bit mad because I smelled Aventus Absolute like twice last week, and I think it's the best Aventus, period, because of that smokiness, but it's still super fresh, classy. And everybody is like just so much more interested in making a fruity Aventus. And it's like, bro, I think they have to do that to appeal to the 20-year-olds because real Aventus Absolute feels like a 30 and up fragrance. Same thing with Hasselblad. So I think they're always going to keep it fruity because for the same reason Versace Eros, you know what I mean? Like if you compare Prosciutto to Versace Eros, Prosciutto beats that because they did exactly what Eros did, but dialed it back and still preserved a little bit of that freshness from birch. You know what I'm saying? And softened it up a bit. And it's not synthetic at all. It smells more photoreal, but they still went that way with it. So like for me, the way I would wear Prosciutto is like if I wanted to be playful with my wife, I would just wear this because this alone, because it's fruitier, gets a ton of compliments. This is a compliment monster. But for me, as a grown man who has a wife who doesn't need chicks looking at him anymore, I'm gonna hit myself once with a la extreme so I can get that smoke and birch underneath, and then I'm gonna hit myself with Prosciutto on top, and so I can get that Absolute Aventus DNA. That's what I'm gonna have to do for me. Oh my gosh, yo, listen, yo, this is crazy. So SoCal, you have a la extreme coming in. You need to order Prosciutto. Prosciutto 1-to-1 on top of a la extreme is 1-to-freaking-1 Aventus Absolute. Aventus Cologne is okay, but it's not worth the money. I would much more prefer Prosciutto. Even though they're not the same fragrance, I don't care. Oud Satin Mood is so good also. You want a cheap Oud Satin Mood, Omar? If you like Oud Satin Mood, look at this juice. This is Oud Satin Mood, buddy. Ministry of Oud Satin, $40, maybe even $30, 100 ml. This right here, buddy. 1-to-1 Oud Satin Mood. This is all you need. You do not need MFK. 4 people bought this off my recommendation last week and thanked me for it. Scent Bubble, what do you think about Maison Alhambra, Hercules, or Herod DNA in general? To me, bro, so many things smell like Herod, bro. There are so many fragrances in the Herod DNA. I'm not hating on it. Tobacco, vanilla, cinnamon, you know, but this is a lot of fragrances. This is Angel Share. This is Altair, somewhat. This is La Male Elixir. This is Ombre Noir. This is somewhat Tuxedo. You know what I'm saying? Like, tobacco vanilla spice is like I mean, we're talking Spice Bomb Extreme. We're talking freaking Noir Extreme. Like, it's freaking everywhere. I'm getting sick of it. I got to be real with you. I love some tobacco, some honey, some cinnamon, some vanilla. Trust me, I keep a clip full of some angel share, some tuxedo vibes. But we're in the spring, bro. It just, see, for me, those are holiday fragrances for me. You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, maybe some Halloween, and really, 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 really cold weather if I'm outdoors and I want that stuff to just project off of me while that cold air is just whistling through me. I want to smell like tobacco, honey, cinnamon. But like, I don't want to smell like that all the time. I don't even want to smell like that often. That is like a very, like, guys, as much as I love Kamarakawa, as much as I love Grand Soir, as much as I love Oud Satin Mood, as much as I love Noir de Noir, as much as I love Tuxedo, hell, as much as I love Bentley for Men, I'm not busting those out but like 5 times a year. I'm just keeping it tall with you. Now, you want a fragrance that I think is the only tobacco, honey, cinnamon, vanilla fragrance that you can rock year round with no concern at all? This is the only fragrance in that DNA path that I can wear year around, no question. And it's because they put a spritz of Invictus Aqua vibes underneath it to just give it like this big gust of freshness underneath the cinnamon, underneath the vanilla, underneath the incense, underneath the tobacco, to make it just still go there right on the line, but not be a gourmand, not be a holiday fragrance, and smells nowhere near Spice Bomb Extreme, Noir Extreme, La Mala Elixir, etc. Halloween Man Shot. Oh, I could wear this all year around. $120 ml. 120 ml year-round juice. Oh. Ah. You won't find it on Amazon, Omar. You have to find it probably either on eBay, unfortunately, or sometimes people carry it very limited supply. It's not entirely discontinued, but it's almost discontinued, and for that reason, you have to find special ways to buy it. But if you do, buy it as fast as possible. But Omar, I would definitely tap into this if you haven't. This is special. Remember the name Halloween Man Shot is one of the most underrated fragrances of all time because no one knows about it. Now, if you have to get this one instead, this isn't a bad alternative. This is actually more year-round than Halloween Man Shot, but I brought up Halloween Man Shot because it's one of the only vanillic, cinnamon, tobacco-y, Lamal elixir type of DNAs that is so fresh, you can wear it year-round. But if you still want that year-round freshness without the cinnamon and vanilla, more closer to Prada Luna Rossa Ocean, uh, uh, Valentino Uomo Intense, Invictus Aqua, but better, Halloween Man Purple Bottle. This is one of the best year-round fragrances, any season, any reason of all time. And for $20, $30, you can get 120 ml of this as well. I really want to buy Kamarakawa, but the reviews on it being very synthetic is holding me back. I mean, here's the thing, man. I tell people this all the time. No, that's not synthetic. It's not synthetic at all. But here's what I tell people all the time. Just because a fragrance smells good doesn't mean it's your next best purchase, okay? The thing you need to remember about Kawa is this. It is a cold weather, winter, fall, holiday fragrance, okay? This is not a date night fragrance. This is not nighttime vibes fragrance. This is Thanksgiving, Christmas, snowing outside, indoors on a very cold day next to a fire, and at best, cold weather coffee shop fragrance. It's very circumstantial. It's not the fragrance you're going to bust out a lot, but for its purpose, it's excellent. But this is very circumstantial. And for that reason, you might want to invest in a different fragrance, at least right now that we're in spring. You might wait to pick up Kawa towards August, you know, when it starts to get ready to get cold. Now you got Kawa because you can get it for Thanksgiving and the holidays. You got all that coming up. Cold weather banger right here. Coffee, caramel latte, more masculine than Kawa original. Great fragrance, but very circumstantial. I call this an amazing holiday fragrance, by the fire fragrance, coffee shop fragrance. But if you're not using that, if you're not in cold weather season, it makes no sense to have this right now. Just wait on it. But it doesn't smell synthetic at all. Whoever said it smells synthetic is ridiculous. Any last minute question, guys, put them in the chat. I've got 1 to 2 minutes left. And I'd love to answer anything, guys. And then we're going to sign off real quick because I need to get my black butt in the shower. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. República Dominicana. What up, Bo? Oh, shoot. K Onda Way. Great spring, summer fragrances. Lalique White. Armaf Peugeot. Latafa Sukrat. Afnan Supremacy in Heaven. One of my personal favorites, FOMO Fragheads Asylum. Mancera Vetiver Sensual. Tom Ford Grey Vetiver EDP. Acqua di Gio Armani Eau de Parfum New Formulation. Club de Nuit Iconic. One of my personal new favorites, French Avenues Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. Inspiration of Initio's Musk Therapy. Club de Nuit Milestone. Another personal favorite for when I'm going outside and I want to attract attention. Maison Alhambra's Afro Leather cloning African leather from Memo Paris. $20 Amazon. Insane 10 hours plus performance. Incredible. Think Parfums de Marly Carlisle, but way better. Paris Corner Amir Celestial. Incredible. Suede. Violet leaf. Mineralic. Smells like heaven in a bottle. Smells like you died, went to heaven, and are laying on the clouds waiting to walk through the gates of heaven. This smells heavenly. Another fun one for the spring and summer. Get you a Mancera Cedrat Boisé clone, but add honeydew melon to it. Green honeydew melon to Cedrat Boisé, and you get Amir Cedrat essence. Very fun spring summer wear, and you will smell highly sophisticated, and you will smell playful but highly sophisticated. Candied fruits and sophistication and honeydew melon. Those are a lot of options for you. I've got more, but just start with those. Safest blind buy for the upcoming season? You said safe. You said safe. You didn't say the best. Latafa Sacrat, Acqua di Gio Profumo Inspiration. This is the safest spring, summer, any season, any reason. $20 USD on Amazon. This is one of the best fragrances of all time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, out of the shower, on a date, in the office, running errands, special occasion, holidays, I do not care. This is one of the best fragrances ever made. $20 on Amazon. He said, what's the safest? This is the safest pick you can use of all time. Of all time. Of course it is, SoCal. I need 5% for that recommendation. I don't know how much you donated, Manav, but shout outs to Manav in chat. Thank you. Oh, he donated $5. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your donation. Celestial is by far the most... Oh, screenshotted it. I'll end up forgetting. Yes, anytime I flip my camera around so you can actually read it, it's so you guys can screenshot it. Just subbed. Looking forward to more. Yeah, hey, listen, guys. If you're new to the stream, I post videos every single day of the week. Monday through Sunday, I post videos every single day. Today, I posted two videos today. I review fragrances that are very inexpensive, like $20, all the way to fragrances that are hundreds of dollars, upwards of $500. I review every fragrance, cheap, affordable to expensive, to let you know what stuff you have to spend money on and what stuff you don't have to spend money on. And I drop videos every single day. Every single day. So please subscribe. You will enjoy it here. This is just a small part of the collection, guys. My office is very dirty, but this is just for you guys when I start my channel or when I go live. But this isn't it. This isn't it at all. You know, then we have this collection right here. Okay? And then we got fragrances hanging out. We got literally fragrances just hanging out. Okay? Then we got fragrances just hanging out. Okay? Then we have fragrances for testing. Then we got fragrances for testing. Okay? You will get all the content that you need from this channel. All the content you need. Trust me. I've got you guys covered on fragrances. I've got you all covered. Yes, I will speed run you through the fragrance game. That's very accurate. I haven't tried Koros, Omar. I haven't, buddy. I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I want to get it to layer because it's so animalic, musky, masculine, people said. Well, let me know what type of accord you're trying to get, and I can recommend you something. No, I need to take a shower. You guys just always prevent me from taking a shower. Just bought Aventus, my first niche fragrance. Anything you'd recommend as my second niche? Okay, you have Aventus Pineapple. So you're going fruity, masculine. I'm going to go cheap. It's niche, but it's cheap. I want you to take $50 and I want you to go buy Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir Parfum. That's the next fragrance you need to buy. It's only going to be about $50 on fragrancebuy.ca. It retails for much higher than this, but right now you can get it for $50. Your next niche fragrance is going to be Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir Parfum. Nice, Bo. Nice, Bo. What up, Papa Smurf? It's not much, but my wife has given me a few ultimatums due to poor budgeting. Been buying 4 to 5 perfumes per month for almost 4 months now. Manav, take a picture of your fragrance collection, and this could be for anybody. I review people's fragrance collections and make recommendations on what they should add to their collection based off what I think they're missing with DNAs. Send me a picture of your collection to scentbubblesubmit@gmail.com. Again, scentbubblesubmit@gmail.com. SCENTBUBBLE submit@gmail.com, and put your name in the subject header and drag and drop a picture of your fragrance collection, and you can be on my next episode of Let Me Rate Your Fragrance Collection on my channel, so you can see what kind of recommendations I would point you towards, if you're interested. I don't know about animalic, but this is one of the best musks I've ever come across lately. French Avenue's Glorious Oud Royal Blanc is the best musk fragrance I own. And this is cloning Initio's Musk Therapy. It's got a lot of musk. It's not the most animalic, but it is very musky and very fresh. All right, guys, I'm going to give you 60 seconds to drop any, listen, Bo, as far as a Initio Musk Therapy clone, it is the best I've ever smelled with incredible performance. Any last minute questions, guys? I'm heading out. Hey, listen, you don't lose buying Aventus. You might have overspent on it, but you don't lose buying Aventus, guys. You don't. You don't. You really don't. I know you guys think you're cool because you go out and you buy clones and you have clones that are really close and you only spent $20 to $40 and you feel really cool about that. But in my humble opinion, the guy wearing real Aventus is still going to steal your girlfriend. I really don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me. I don't care if you have cologne. I don't care if you have old formulation, new formulation, Aventus Absolute. The guy who paid the money for the real Aventus is going to steal your girl. He's going to steal your girl. Trust me. Trust me, guys. I know you have, because you didn't buy actual Aventus, you have 15 more fragrances on your shelf. But I guarantee you the guy with real Aventus is going to steal your girl. Against all 15 of your fragrances, he's going to steal your girl 15 days out of the week. Just trust me. So he didn't lose by spending, his money on Aventus. If he had the money and he spent the money, he won. Now, did he get the best Aventus? No, but he has Aventus. He will steal your girl. It's just, people, you know what I mean? It's like, people are happy to say that they didn't spend money on Aventus, but they don't have Aventus. They're sitting around like me with Prosciutto. You know what I'm saying? But you put Prosciutto next to Aventus, he's stealing your girl. He won't even have to look at her. He can walk the opposite direction of your girl, and your girl will turn her head. She'll think about how valuable you are to her, and then she'll leave. Now listen, guys. Again, we're saying this jokingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're having fun here. Realistically, it doesn't matter if I'm wearing Nishane Hasavat. It doesn't matter if I'm wearing Aventus Absolute, Aventus Cologne. It doesn't matter if I'm wearing Prosciutto. You know what I'm saying? The character has to match, the aura has to match the fragrance or outdo the fragrance. You know what I'm saying? So if it was me and I wasn't a married man of 15 years, I'm going to roll up on your girl and steal your girl with, Club de Nuit Intense Man EDT. It doesn't matter. But, you know what I'm saying? But, so this isn't a black and white thing. I'm just saying you're not an idiot because you spent full price on Aventus. If you have the money and you could get real Aventus, you're still a boss. You know what I mean? Who cares if you don't have freaking FOMO Fragheads Asylum and Alpha Car Makar Mahmed and Ard Al Zafran? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, bro. But I mean, best believe we wearing some Ard Al Zafran over here. I'm gonna be the first to tell y'all. I'm gonna be the first to tell y'all that we're rocking some Sahib Intense. She won't know I'm not wearing Imagination. She won't. She won't even know that my fragrance bottle looks like, freaking show and tell in the 5th grade at wood shop. Like somebody didn't know what they were building. You know what I'm saying? But she gonna know I'm smelling like Imagination. It's Imagination. But, for me, it's not like, for me, it's a money thing, but it's not a money thing. Like, for me, I make good money. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a money thing. We could go niche all day if we wanted to. But the reality is this. If I only went niche, my fragrance journey is slower. I really love fragrance. Money is not in direct proportion to fragrance quality. We know this. So at the end of the day, where I'm at in my fragrance journey, I value not quantity over quality, but I value being able to explore all the cracks and crevices of fragrances through all price points, because some of my favorite fragrances are only $20 fragrances that have absolutely blown me away. And I love the discovery of seeing things people haven't paid attention to and things people don't like. And I love the discovery of like bro, let me show you guys how nerdy I am with this. I've showed some of you guys this before, but look at this, okay? You guys can't read it, it's backwards. Look at this, okay? 30-piece essential oils. Why? Because I'm educating my nose on every major accord in fragrance. Geranium, ylang-ylang, grapefruit, spearmint, frankincense, vetiver, chamomile, jasmine, clary sage, tea tree, eucalyptus, juniper berries, cedar, birch, vanilla, tangerine, spices, lemongrass, basil, cypress, sandalwood, bergamot, citron, turmeric, orange, lavender, rose, heliotrope, patchouli, neroli, lemon. Yo, I put my nose to stuff like this so that I can figure out what I enjoy in fragrances. You know what I'm saying? Like, it helps me when I'm smelling fragrances to go, oh yeah, I love that note. I love that accord. Okay, and then I can go on Fragrantica and be like, okay, show me all the tamarind fragrances. Show me all the patchouli fragrances. And I can explore and look into houses nobody's ever heard of, and then also look in the designer category and see what everybody's ran through. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, when I take that journey, I don't see dollar signs, okay? I look at it like, okay, last week I went to Neiman Marcus, as you guys know, and I tried a lot of the Mind Games fragrances, and they all retail at like $400 to $600, right? And I loved Mentor. I love Double Attack. I love Checkmate, right? Now, when I see that that's priced at $400 to $600, you know what I do? I write it down. I like Checkmate. I like Double Attack. I like Mentor. And then I go online and I look on Fragrantica and I look at the note breakdown and I look at fragrances like that so that I can have a cheaper wearing experience of fragrances in the wheelhouse of it as I work my way up. And I'm going to start somewhere in the middle or at the bottom if people say that there's something at the bottom that's within that wheelhouse that's amazing, and work my way up. People don't need to buy Layton. This is Layton. It's not a clone. It's a designer house. This is Layton. Right? How many people know about this fragrance? This is not a clone. This is not a clone. This is a designer. $20, $30, you have Layton, but to me, Layton but done better. From a designer house, from a perfumer who makes niche fragrances, but made a designer fragrance based off a niche DNA, and now you have Layton. And nobody knows about this. Nobody knows about this. That part of discovery of fragrance, to me, is invaluable. Just that pursuit and that discovery is worth more than buying Layton itself. And I have Layton. because I have to be sure. I don't smell a single clone that I don't have the original DNA to. I had to know for myself, is it in fact latent? The tests come back positive. It's latent. You guys don't even have to ask me, how close is it? I have it right here. I can tell you. Every single fragrance, you guys saw it. I have like 100 decants sitting right there. There's not a single DNA I own that I don't have the original to. I can pull it out immediately and I can compare anything to the original. I don't speculate. I don't say, oh, it's in the wheelhouse. No, I can tell you exactly how close it is. It's latent. I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. Latent for $20, $30. It's not a clone. It's a designer. 1-to-1 to latent, but fresher and better. That's priceless to me. You know, and that's one fragrance. You know what I'm saying? When I found out that Lalique Pour Homme Lion is essentially 90 to 95%, again, another designer, same Lalique designer, that this smells exactly like Bois de Portugal from Creed, that blew my mind. Spent $20 on this fragrance, 100 ml. Bois de Portugal, Creed. That's what it is. 90, 95%. You know what's like basically 100% Creed Bois de Portugal? Mercedes-Benz regular EDP or EDT. Another $30 for 120 ml fragrance. You can have a Creed fragrance 1-to-1. That stuff's invaluable to me. It's like, that's what I love about fragrance. Having those moments, you know? Now, in my season right now, I'm starting to purchase more niche. I'm not done with designer. I'm just done with it for right now. I've seen white and black people say it's a clone of latent, but you're saying it's better. Yeah, so Omar, here's the thing, buddy. Latent is sweeter, just a little bit. The smell is the same thing. Imagine this, right? Soda is made from syrup that has been with water added and carbonation, right? So when you go to McDonald's and you get Coca-Cola out of the machine, it's coming from a bag of syrup that's being hydrated with water and carbonation. So you got like a bag of Coca-Cola syrup, right? And then from that bag shoots a tube where the syrup travels. And then you have two other connecting tubes where it's like water and carbonated water as well. And then when all that mixes together, it makes Coke and shoots out of the dispenser, right? Latent is like the syrup. It's dense, it's thick, and it's sweet. And it has a DNA. Lalique White and Black is the soda that it makes. So like the soda is going to be less sticky, slightly less sweet because you've introduced carbonated water to it, but it's fresher and it's better tasting than just the syrup. That's my analogy here. Exact same DNA, because at the end of the day, it's Coke. Coke in, Coke out. But the reason I think this is better than latent is because latent is so forward in sweetness that it lacks freshness. This is exactly what latent is from a designer, not anything synthetic. Smells exactly like latent. When you smell it, you'll be like, this is latent. But it has a little bit of an airiness to it that provides like freshness, so it doesn't just taste like a sugary cherry chapstick forward dense fragrance. The performance is still really solid from this, but it has a realness to it that latent has a synthetic to it. It's so sweet, it's borderline synthetic. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine Kool-Aid versus real fruit punch. Like you take the Kool-Aid packet of fruit punch, you pour it, you mix the water into it, you get Kool-Aid. That's latent to me. This is like, for the fruit punch, you actually took, you know, pineapple and cherry and apple and crushed them into, you squeezed all the juice out of them and then added ice to that. And now you have real fruit punch instead of like Capri Sun fruit punch. This feels realer to me, fresher to me. But it's the exact same DNA, just presented in a slightly different way. Not even a different way, a fresher way. Listen, latent, and in fact, you know, latent to me, because it smells like cherry chapstick, I could never get around that. So for me, if I'm picking a latent based fragrance, I'm buying Parfums de Marly, or yeah, Parfums de Marly latent. Yeah, if I'm picking Parfums de Marly latent, I'm going to get the exclusive because it's richer and less synthetic sweet to me. I prefer the exclusive, not the clone exclusive, the actual latent exclusive. It's more interesting to me. It's more dense, but it's also fresher, less synthetic sweet. That's my preference. If you're somebody who loves the original Parfums de Marly latent, you're somebody who loves Mancera Instant Crush. You know, it's a wheelhouse of DNA that you like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Instant Crush is one of the most highest sold Manceras out there for good reason. But when it comes to candied sweetness, it's just not my bag. I like things to jump out and feel real to me. Best Creed and Parfum de Marly fragrance. Ooh. I hate to be a fanboy, but Absolute Aventus is the best Creed fragrance of all time, period. Is Green Irish Tweed good? It's okay. Is Royal Oud good? It's great. Is Bois de Portugal good? It's phenomenal. Is Millesime Imperial good? Yes. You know, is Virgin Island water good? Yes. All Creed fragrances, for the most part, are pretty nice. Is Silver Mountain water good? Yes. But when you talk about year-round, you're going to wear it the most, Creed Aventus Absolute is the best Creed, without question. I hate to be a fanboy, but I put my nose to the entire Creed line last week and 2 weeks before that, and it just sticks out like a sore thumb. It's the best Creed fragrance. Now, personally, which ones do I really enjoy? For different reasons. I love Silver Mountain water. I love Bois de Portugal. I think it's one of the most classy, ageless fougères. I like Royal Oud. It feels like a CEO / mafia boss. I like Millesime Imperial. It's playful, but it's hyper classy with amber and vetiver. Green Irish Tweed is not as good as people say it is, but it's still fresh and it's green and it's nice. I think Dior Eau Sauvage is still pretty close to that for margin of the price. But yeah, I mean, Creed Absolute Aventus is just the best. Viking is an interesting fougere, but not that many people like it. You know, Absolute Aventus is just glaringly the better fragrance. In my experience, Lalique White and Black is on the sweeter side. It's missing some spicy and smokiness on the dry down, but that makes it office friendly. Malik, I'm not sure where you work, but in America, in the office, typically sweet fragrances are forbidden because they're so loud and so projective. Typically, like an office fragrance, and again, for the sake of this video, let's just call it my opinion. I'm not right, I'm not wrong. You're not right, you're not wrong. But when I think of an office fragrance has to be clean, quiet. It can be as sophisticated or as simple as you want it to be, but the projection can't be very loud. It must be very small scent bubble. It can be complex or simple. It should be clean. It should be fresh. It should be easy on the nose, and it should not be very distracting. It should be a fragrance that might grab some attention when somebody walks by, but it doesn't travel across the room. So for me, Leighton would never be an office fragrance because Leighton travels across the room. Leighton is a sweet fragrance, so by nature, it's going to move around and weave its way around, and people are going to pick you up, and it's going to have sillage, and when you go somewhere and you leave, that sweetness is going to stay there. So Leighton would never be a DNA that sits in the office. Now, to your comment about you think Lalique White is sweeter than Leighton, I just sprayed Leighton and I just sprayed Lalique. Leighton to me is about 20% sweeter than Lalique White and Black. Lalique White and Black feels way more open and airy. Not way more, but at least 20% more open and airy than Leighton, but they're essentially the same DNA to me. So I would call this the lighter fragrance. However, I still wouldn't wear this in the office because it's sweet. And the sweet fragrance is going to have a ton of sillage behind it. You're going to leave that sweetness everywhere you go. If I'm going into the office, Acqua di Gio Profumo. If I'm going into the office, Lalique White, clean linen, smooth spices, citrus. If I'm going into the office, Initio, musk, therapy, musk, clean, white florals. If I want to have something more signature but still be quiet enough, Amir Celestial, Ganymede, earthy, mineralic, fresh cut suede, touch of white floral, very light on the nose but extremely signature. One of my most classic office fragrances of all time, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. Mostly a clean, soapy, fresh fragrance, light to moderate projection, quiet, but when somebody walks by you, they're going to know they walked by an executive. Touch of grapefruit, the tiniest, softest grapefruit, a little bit of earthy green, but essentially soap, grapefruit, linen, vetiver. Executive, classy. Orris root, so the stem of an iris. Acqua di Gio Armani Eau de Parfum, slightly green, marine aquatic. Quiet fragrances are office fragrances. Clean, soft white floral, mineralic, not a lot of sweetness going on. Maybe some citric sweetness or some light floral sweetness, but it's always got to be in the name of fresh. It can't just be sweet note, which is what Leighton is it's very sweet. It's got this vanillic, I don't know. Anyway, have you tried the recent Assad Bourbon? I heard it performed horribly. No, Assad Bourbon, I think, performs quite well. I'm just not a fan of the DNA. I love sophisticated masculine frag, never got into sweet fragrances. Well, again, this is this concept that I go over, guys, where it's like, as a younger man, in your teens and in your 20s, you prefer mostly sweet fragrances with a little bit of complexity in the background, okay? As you get older, and this isn't for everybody, guys. I'm not saying this is everybody. You could be totally opposite of me, and that's totally fine. You're valid in how you feel. But as you get older in fragrance, you start moving towards your late 20s into your 30s and all that, you typically have smelled everything sweet. You're tired of vanilla spices. You're tired of candied fruits. You're tired of sugar. You're tired of just, holiday spice even. You start wanting to explore sweet, like floral sweet, not just like sugary sweet, or citric sweet, or leathery sweet. You want to start to, instead of, like if it was a 70-30 distribution, right? The younger you are, you like 70% sweet, 30% everything else. But as you get older, it starts to rotate, and you start to want 70% of everything else and 30% of sweet provided with everything else. You know, like it could be candied fruit sweet, it could be citric sweet, it could be fruity sweet, it can be floral sweet, it could be earthy sweet. You see what I'm saying? It could be powdery sweet, it could be spices and sweet, it could be holiday sweet, but that's all like 30% behind this 70% of maybe freshness or linen or masculine or spices or florals or citruses that aren't necessarily sweet. And so sweet becomes like an alluring pull to a fragrance rather than something that's just projective and loud and forceful on a woman. She needs to come close to you to move into that sweetness. Because again, think about it like man to woman. Men smell sweet because women like sweet. Okay, so we're attracting a woman in the sweetness. Again, I'm going way over everybody's head. This isn't always the case. I'm giving you guys one train of thought to rock with me on. If I'm wearing sweet because I want to attract somebody that's to myself, I want sweet to pull her in. I don't want to give her sweet without even having to walk up to me to get it. So something like a Spice Bomb Extreme makes no sense. It makes sense to like a younger girl who just has never smelled much fragrance at all. You want it to go over to her because then she'll be interested to you because you're probably so shy you'd never even walk up to her with enough nuts to pull her anyway. So you want the fragrance to do all the work for you, right? But you know, so you're wearing all the loud stuff, the Jean-Paul Gaultier, the Invictus, the Paco Rabanne, the Victor and Rolf. You know what I'm saying? You're throwing all that out there because you're like, it's like a fishing rod for you. You're trying to pull her over with the fragrance. The more older you get, more comfortable you get, you like to decorate and seduce with the sweetness back here. Like this is character, this is swag, this is class, this is fruits, this is florals, this is minerals, this is something that you've never had before. It's nothing you're familiar with. And as she gets close with the interest level, the sweetness is there for the familiarity. Like, oh, behind all that edginess, behind all that sophistication, behind all that class, behind all that delicacy is sweet. Oh, now I'm familiar. I got to get close to that. And it's like the difference between male and female. Guys, I can't do it. I'm going off on such a crazy tangent. The Mafia Boss one is Royal Oud by Creed. Yeah, it's really fascinating. And again, my way is not the right way. You know, I'm married to an absolutely stunning woman. I've been married to my wife for 10 years. I've been with my wife for 15 years. I'm not going to tell you guys how to pull chicks, okay? Yeah, I'm out the game. You know, I already got the prize. You know what I mean? I got the beautiful wife. I got the beautiful children. I'm not out here anymore throwing lines out in the water. But I had my days, guys, I'm telling you. And I'm just telling you, I've talked to a lot of women back in my day, and I'm just telling you conversations girls have told me as it relates to fragrance about what they're attracted to and all that stuff. And I'm just telling you right now, guys, the older you get, sweet has to become like the prize of somebody coming into your vicinity. It can't just be freely offered because women want an experience with a man they've never had before. So when you throw out sweetness, you just smell like that's where you get the term boy toy. It's like you smell like every other guy that walks up to her and asks her for her number. Like I don't know, guys. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. How do you feel about Mahir Legacy Silver for the office? It's okay, but it's pretty loud. It's a very projective, metallic, lime-based fragrance. So it's cleaner than something like sweeter fragrances, Jean Paul Gaultier type fragrances, or Spice Bombs and stuff like that, or Paco Rabanne or 1 Million and all that stuff. It's less offensive than all that because it's a simple citrus and aquatic type of fragrance. But personally, I don't think that fits office for me. Now, mind you, my office might be different than your office. When I'm in my office, I have a suit on, okay? At the very least, I have on slacks and a collared t-shirt. So for me, when I'm in the office dealing with money and people, I have to be clean and pristine. I'm not trying to walk into my office smelling like limes. You know what I'm saying? Like, or smelling like lemons. I'm trying to go in there smelling like $1 million. Like, you ever ask yourself what $1 million smells like? It's an interesting question, right? Because there is no real answer. But to me, like, office fragrances should complement the space, not be about interrupting the space. There we go. Office fragrances are about complementing the space with a little bit of noticeable, distinguishable signature, not about interrupting or disrupting the space. It has to improve the space, which means it has to be inoffensive. Being signature in the office is the last objective. Being complementary to the space, smelling fresh, smelling clean, that's the number one objective in an office fragrance. You know, then if you get those elements and you can still have a little bit of signature behind it, you know, that's Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. That's Acqua di Gio Armani. Aquatic, marine, clean, fresh fragrance, but the signature is maybe the incense and the patchouli. A very earthy, rich fragrance, the tiniest bit of citrus. It's almost unnoticeable. Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, it's this clean, soft floral, right? The vetiver, and that's 70% of the fragrance. Then 20 or 30% of the fragrance is just grapefruit, but it's not like a loud grapefruit. It's like the rind of the grapefruit. It's more earthy. So it's just the tiniest touch of citrus, which if you think about it, like office cleaner, stuff you'd clean the screen with, stuff you'd clean your desk with, it's going to be a mostly clean smelling fragrance with the tiniest touch of citrus to make the room smell good and inoffensive. That's an office fragrance. Now, you know, people walking in a fragrance, walking into work with Leighton and stuff like that, it makes no sense. You know, because it's like now, if you work at freaking Zoomies or Banana Republic or, you know, McDonald's, you know, that's a whole different category. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if you work at a clothing retail store, you might be able to throw this on. Then this makes a lot of sense because you're in a clothing store, you're trying to smell hip, you're trying to smell signature. There's room for personality in a retail store. Maybe, right? But if I'm in the office, this is another incredible office fragrance, any season, any reason, niche fragrance, Vetiver Sensual. But again, mostly earthy and then drenched in amber and citruses. But those citruses are drenched in earthy vetiver and amber. It's like they're quiet, but if you walk by me, there's an insane amount of signature with that. You won't forget that I ever walked by you. What's my absolute love child? The note of vetiver. I don't have a particular, well, let me just say this. My favorite fragrance of 2024 was both Ganymede and Amir Celestial. This is my favorite fragrance of 2024. And what I mean by favorite is I might not tell you this is the best smelling thing in my collection, but I used half of the 100 ml juice in 6 months last year, which is insane considering I own hundreds of fragrances. This was my most worn fragrance of last year. That Vetiver Sensual, Dior Homme 2020 or 2011. Those were the most worn fragrances for me last year. But in all honesty, it was the start of my channel. I wear pretty much a new fragrance every single day. But those were some standouts for last year alone, not of all time. A lot of people wear fragrances meant for the opposite gender. Because of this, women are attracted to fruity sweetness on men over oudi. That could be the case. I mean, culture and region and location play heavily into it. You know, the rules in America, I mean, the rules aren't the same everywhere in America either for age, you know, for region, you know, if you the fragrances that you would pull out in Miami on the beach versus the guy who lives in Seattle, Washington, one guy's going to have mostly winter fragrances and one guy's mostly going to have aquatics and summer fragrances. So there's no kind of like overall, it's just interesting. You know, all we can do is talk about why and when we wear fragrances, and then hopefully we think through that in our own journey and we figure out what makes the most sense for where we live. Well, in fairness, Omar, um, I have a lot of Billie Eilish's fragrances because my demographic now on my channel is like 15% women. So I actually went out and bought the top 25 most purchased female fragrances of 2024, and I'm going to be reviewing them on the channel. And two of Billie Eilish's fragrances were there, and they were sweet, powdery, vanillic bombs. So the fact that she's going for more of an incense vibe now might just be a change of pace. You know, she is lesbian or bisexual or something like that. So, you know, the aesthetic that she's going for in her fragrances, I think, is supposed to be like polarizing. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like two different sides of things, like both masculine, feminine, and everything in between. So she might just be trying to do something different. But who the heck knows? The last couple of fragrances I've smelled from her have been like vanilla powder. Bro, I am working overtime. Okay, let me do my outro, guys. Let me go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for checking the channel out. I have way worn out my welcome. I'm going to be late for work tomorrow. It's okay. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate the donos. We had $26 in donations tonight. Yo, shout outs. I think Manav gave the second dono. Kix gave the first one. Thank you for everybody who wished me a happy birthday. I hope tonight was valuable for you. Again, I don't come in here and talk as if I'm the Lord of Fragrance. I'm just a regular dude who buys a lot of fragrance, who's honest about his experiences, and I hope that that honest testimony in my fragrances is resourceful and allows you to walk your own fragrance journey and make it more interesting and fun. Help you cut some corners along the way, give you all the resources and tools I have so you can enjoy your own fragrance journey. We drop episodes every single day, sometimes twice a day like today. But for the last 90 days I've had this stream, we've been able to grow to almost 1,600 subscribers in 90 days. So the channel's growing fast. We have over 500,000 views on the channel. Very proud of that because you know, I didn't tell anybody in my life about this channel. I just did it as a passion project when I had my second son. And it's been amazing, the community that's been growing from this organically. So a lot of cool new stuff coming to the channel. We just did the brand new Scent Bubble intro. You guys won't see that for about another week, but all future episodes will have the new Scent Bubble theme song. I've got sound effects for my game shows and everything now. And those are all, we've already started shooting all those episodes. So starting about next week, you guys are going to start seeing the episodes with the higher production value and all that stuff. And real soon here, we're going to replace the camera and go full 4K and really trick it out. So hope you guys enjoy the content. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys. Shout outs Omar, Buds, Minav, Omar, Henry, Demand. Who else we got in here? I mean, just everybody, bro. Julio, Smurf, all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Much love to India. Much love to everybody out there in the interwebs. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, this is the Scent Bubble.